They don't want what you think. They never did, and that's the hardest truth most people can't face. My friends, let that sink in for a second. You've been told your whole life that if you give enough, prove enough, show up enough, people will finally see your worth. But what if I told you that all your giving, all your proving, all your bending over backwards isn't what they're actually looking for? That's the reason why so many men and women feel invisible, even after pouring their soul into someone else. Today, we're going to cut through the noise, strip away the lies, and face the reality that hurts at first, but frees you in the end. This is Everyone Needs to Hear This. They don't want what you think. Stoicism. Before we dive in, take a second. Hit that like button, subscribe, and stay with me, because this might just be the wake-up call you didn't know you needed. Hey folks, imagine this. You're carrying a giant bucket of water, walking across a desert. You're sweating, your arms are tired, but you keep going because you believe that when you finally reach the person waiting at the end, they'll be grateful. You imagine them drinking deeply, thanking you, finally seeing how much you care. But when you get there, they glance at the bucket, shrug, and say, "I wasn't thirsty." That's how many of you live your relationships, your friendships, even your careers, breaking your back, delivering things nobody actually asked for, then wondering why you're still not enough. And here's the cruel part. People will take. They'll accept your gifts, your attention, your time, but deep down, that doesn't mean they value you. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Yet too many of us spend our lives arguing silently with reality, saying, if I just do more, maybe they'll love me. If I just try harder, maybe they'll see me. Folks, effort doesn't guarantee desire. Sacrifice doesn't guarantee respect. And giving everything doesn't guarantee they'll stay. That's the brutal truth. My friends, it's like trying to light a fire with water. You can pour as much as you want, but it'll never burn. People don't fall in love with how much you do. They fall in love with how you make them feel. And feelings aren't born from desperation, from predictability, from trying too hard. They're born from presence, from calm confidence, from living your own life so fully that others can't help but be pulled toward you. But let's break the lie right here. You've been taught that being nice, being loyal, being always available makes you irresistible. Movies told you that persistence wins. Songs told you that giving someone your world will make them stay. Society lied to you, because in real life, it doesn't work that way. People don't dream about the person who's always waiting in the corner. They dream about the one who challenges them, excites them, stirs something inside them that they can't explain. And here's where Stoicism changes the game. The Stoic man, the Stoic person, doesn't beg to be noticed. They don't run themselves into the ground, proving their value. They live with purpose. They live with discipline, they live with clarity, and by doing so, they attract respect naturally, without asking for it. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." What he meant is simple. Stop trying to control how people see you. Control yourself, control your choices, control your energy. That's where power lives. So, folks, I'm going to ask you something right now. Have you been wasting your time carrying buckets of water for people who were never thirsty? Have you been proving your worth to people who were never going to see it? If the answer is yes, then this is your moment to stop. Stop giving yourself away so cheaply. Stop begging for recognition and start building a life so powerful, so full, so unshakable that whether they stay or go, you remain solid. Because the truth is, they don't want what you think. They don't want endless sacrifice. They don't want constant proving. They don't even want all of you at their disposal. What they want is someone who knows themselves, who stands tall in their value, who doesn't collapse the moment they're not validated. That's the kind of presence that can't be ignored. Write this in the comments right now. I choose my power. Show the world you're done being drained, done being ignored, done living under lies. And don't forget, press that like button, subscribe, and stay with me, because this journey isn't about chasing anyone. It's about becoming someone impossible to forget. Stay calm, stay grounded, stay powerful. Number 1. They think effort equals desire. You can give them your time, your money, your heart, and they'll still look you in the eye and feel nothing. That's the brutal truth most people never want to face. My friends, think about that for a second. You bend over backward, you rearrange your schedule, you sacrifice your own peace, all because you believe effort equals love, effort equals loyalty, effort equals respect. And when they still drift away, when they still act cold, when they still treat you like you're invisible, you sit there broken, whispering to yourself, "After everything I did, how could they not care?" But here's the truth. They don't care about the size of your effort. They care about the impact of your presence. They don't fall in love with the hours you spent trying. They fall in love with how you make them feel in the smallest moments when you're simply yourself. Imagine this. You're running a marathon with everything you have, sweat dripping, lungs burning, legs about to give out. You finally cross the finish line, expecting cheers, expecting applause. But when you look up, the crowd is gone. The race you thought they were watching, they never even showed up. That's the reality of giving effort without understanding desire. You think your performance is being graded, but the truth is, they weren't keeping score. They were looking for something else entirely. This is where fear grips you. You start asking yourself, am I not enough? Did I fail? Did I give too little? And the pain doubles because you thought hard work guaranteed results. After all, in school, the harder you studied, the better your grades. In business, the more effort you put in, the more money you earned. In sports, the more you trained, the stronger you got. So naturally, you think relationships work the same way. You think, if I just try harder, if I just give more, if I just keep proving myself, eventually they'll feel it. But life doesn't bend to that formula. Here's the lie we have to break. Effort doesn't equal desire. You can't force someone to feel something by doing more. Desire is not logical. It's not a math equation. It's emotional. It's mysterious. It doesn't respond to consistency alone. It responds to contrast, to curiosity, to presence. You can't make someone desire you by being everywhere every time, doing everything. In fact, the more you try to fill every gap, the more you smother the very spark you're trying to create. Think of fire. Fire doesn't grow because you dump water on it every second. It grows because you give it space, oxygen, the right balance of fuel and air. That's desire. Too much effort is like drowning the flame. Not enough spark, no tension, no reason to burn. And so what happens? They don't feel the pull toward you. They don't feel the excitement of not fully having you. They don't feel the magnetism of mystery. Instead, they feel something heavy, pressure, expectation, predictability, and nothing kills attraction faster than predictability. Let me ask you this. Have you ever noticed how the person who treats you like an option somehow keeps you hooked, while the one who gives you everything from day one quickly becomes boring? It's not fair, but it's reality. Our minds don't crave what's always available. We crave what feels just out of reach. We crave the challenge, the chase, the uncertainty. And when you hand yourself over on a silver platter, when you erase all distance, when you eliminate every question, you take away the very thing that builds attraction. And here's the kicker. This isn't just about romance. This is about life. Think about friendships where you're always the one texting first, always the one checking in, always the one putting in the effort. Doesn't it feel like the more you give, the less they value it? Or in your career, when you go above and beyond, but no one seems to notice because they've come to expect it. That's what happens when effort is mistaken for desire. When you believe trying harder will make them appreciate you, you end up drained and unseen. Now, let's rise from this fear. You might be thinking, but if I stop trying, won't they leave? Won't they forget me? Won't I lose them? And that's exactly why so many stay trapped in the cycle of over-effort. You're afraid of silence. You're afraid of space. You're afraid that if you stop running, the whole thing collapses. But here's the paradox. Space is what allows attraction to breathe. Silence is what gives your words meaning. Distance is what makes your presence felt. When you stop chasing, they finally have room to feel the absence of you. And in that absence, curiosity is born. Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Apply that to effort. If your effort is not creating desire, stop. If your effort is not genuine but driven by fear, stop. If your effort is not true to who you are, stop. Because giving more of yourself won't make someone love you. It will only make you lose yourself. And once you lose yourself, you lose the very thing that makes you magnetic in the first place. So, what's the way forward? It's not about giving nothing. It's about giving from strength, not from weakness. It's about showing up without over-explaining, offering without over-giving, engaging without erasing yourself. It's about being present without being desperate. Because when you stand in your value, when you move with calm confidence, when you let them feel your absence as much as your presence, that's when desire is born. That's when effort becomes impact. My friends, the truth is they don't want endless effort. They want the feeling your presence creates. They don't want to watch you run yourself into the ground proving you care. They want to feel pulled toward you naturally, magnetically, effortlessly. And the more you understand this, the less you waste your energy on empty gestures, and the more you invest it in becoming someone impossible to ignore. So right now, I want you to write it in the comments. Effort doesn't define me. Show them. Show yourself. Show the world around you that you've woken up, that you're no longer going to equate trying harder with being valued more, that you're done begging through action and ready to stand in presence. Because when you stop giving everything just to be noticed, you start becoming someone who can't be forgotten. And that, my friends, is where real power begins. Stay with me, because what comes next will go even deeper. If effort isn't the answer, then what is? Let's break that down together. Number 2, they don't want everything you give. You can hand them the world, and they'll still find a way to walk away. Because truthfully, they don't want everything you give. They want what makes them feel alive. My friends, this is where so many people get broken. Right here. You thought giving more would guarantee loyalty. You thought covering every base, solving every problem, and making yourself indispensable would finally make them choose you. But the brutal reality, the more you hand over, the less they value it. Why? Because human nature doesn't crave what's always guaranteed. It craves what feels rare, what feels earned, what feels alive. Imagine you walk into a bakery and the shelves are overflowing with free bread. Unlimited. Take as much as you want, no cost, no effort. At first, you're excited. You grab a loaf, maybe 2. But after a few days, you don't even stop by anymore. Why? Because it's no longer special. It doesn't feel valuable. Now imagine the same bakery only bakes 1 rare loaf a week. Suddenly, people line up early. They wait. They crave it. Same bread, same ingredients, but the difference is scarcity, not abundance. That's the psychology of value. And when you give all of yourself too quickly, too freely, too constantly, you become free bread. Always there, always available, no urgency, no spark. Here's the fear that starts crawling in. But if I don't give, they'll forget me. If I don't show up, they'll leave. If I don't pour myself out, they'll think I don't care. This is the lie culture sold you. Movies show the grand gesture always wins. Songs tell you love is proven by sacrifice. Friends advise you, just keep trying, they'll see your worth. But let me ask you, how many times has that actually worked? How many times has giving more finally tipped the scale in your favor? Be honest with yourself. Because the truth is, effort given out of fear isn't love. It's desperation dressed as devotion. And here's the raw part. You can be everything someone needs and still not be what they want. You can pay the bills, offer the rides, listen to their struggles, stand beside them through storms, and still be the one they leave behind. That stings, doesn't it? But let's break why. They don't fall in love with your effort. They fall in love with how they feel when they're with you. And if those feelings are tied to safety alone, predictability alone, comfort alone, they won't last. People don't stay for safety. They stay for spark. They stay for challenge. They stay for growth. Think of it this way. A gym membership is safe. The machines are reliable. The space is clean. But you don't feel drawn there until you sense progress, until you see results, until something pushes you beyond your comfort zone. Without tension, there's no transformation. Relationships run on the same fuel. You can hand someone comfort endlessly, but without emotional pull, without that spark of uncertainty, without that feeling of being awakened, they'll drift. This is why many of you have been the perfect choice on paper, but still got overlooked for the one who didn't try half as hard. And that's where bitterness creeps in. You start thinking, why them? Why not me? I did everything right. But attraction doesn't follow checklists. It follows energy. And when your energy screams, I'll do anything not to lose you, you've already lost. Because what people want isn't a servant. It isn't someone who gives endlessly. It's someone whose presence feels powerful, whose absence is felt deeply, and whose attention feels like a reward, not a default setting. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." Apply this to connection. Very little is needed to spark real attraction. Not endless giving, not pouring out everything, not bending your soul into pieces, just presence, just calm confidence, just knowing who you are without needing someone else to validate it. That energy is what pulls people closer. That's what makes your time, your attention, your affection worth something. But I know it's difficult because everything in you screams that pulling back means rejection, that if you stop giving, they'll run into someone else's arms, and that fear is what chains you to over-effort. But look at your past. Didn't they leave anyway, even when you gave everything? Didn't they grow distant even when you bent until you broke? That should tell you the truth. Giving more doesn't guarantee closeness. Sometimes it guarantees distance, because nothing is less attractive than someone who makes themselves too easy to reach, too easy to predict, too easy to control. My friends, giving endlessly is like pouring water into a bottomless cup. No matter how much you add, it never fills. And the more you pour, the more you realize the problem isn't the water, it's the cup. Some people don't want to be filled. They want the feeling of longing, the spark of pursuit, the mystery of not fully having you. And if you rob them of that by handing everything over, you take away the very thing they crave. So here's the shift. Stop trying to be everything. Start being something. Stop trying to cover every need. Start creating impact in the right moments. Stop giving yourself away, hoping they'll see your worth. Start valuing yourself so strongly that they can't help but feel it when they're around you. Because the truth is, they don't want your world. They want the feeling they get when they step into your world. And that feeling doesn't come from over-effort. It comes from grounded presence. Epictetus said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Translate that into relationships. Strength isn't found in being endlessly wanted because you're endlessly available. Strength is found in needing less from others and demanding more from yourself. That's what flips the dynamic. That's what makes people value your presence. So let me ask you now, have you been giving everything and still left empty? Have you been bending until you break, hoping they'll finally see you? Have you been carrying their world while ignoring your own? If yes, then this is your moment to rise. Stop pouring yourself into people who can't hold it. Stop trading your peace for scraps of attention. Stop believing that more effort equals more value. It doesn't. It never did. Write this in the comments right now. I will not overgive. Let it be your reminder, your declaration, your stand. Show yourself, show them, show the world around you that your worth is not in how much you hand over. It's in who you are when you hold back. Because when you stop trying to be everything, you finally become something unforgettable. And stay with me, because in the next section, we'll break the next illusion, the difference between making them feel safe and making them feel alive. And trust me, once you see that difference, everything changes. Number 3, they want emotional impact, not endless comfort. They don't remember every time you solved their problems. They remember the one time you made them feel something they couldn't ignore. My friends, let's strip away the illusion right now. You think they stay because you're always there, always answering the call, always providing comfort. You think the secret is making life as easy as possible for them. But here's the harsh truth. People don't crave endless comfort. They crave emotional impact. Comfort without contrast becomes invisible. Comfort without tension becomes boring. And boring, no matter how loyal, no matter how safe, never wins. Imagine this. You walk into a room where the temperature is perfectly balanced. Not too hot, not too cold. At first it feels nice, but after 5 minutes you stop noticing. Your body adjusts. The comfort fades into the background. You don't feel it anymore because there's no contrast, no shift, no spark. Now imagine walking into a freezing room, then stepping into the warmth of a fire. Suddenly, that heat is unforgettable. You feel it in your bones. That's the difference. Endless comfort is forgettable. Impact, contrast, that's what lingers. This is where so many of you fall into the trap. You confuse being needed with being desired. You confuse being a provider with being unforgettable. You become their problem solver, their therapist, their safety net. And sure, they'll appreciate you in the moment. They'll thank you, maybe even lean on you. But when it comes to attraction, when it comes to connection, appreciation doesn't fuel desire. Impact does. And if all you ever give is smooth sailing, eventually they stop feeling the wind at all. Now here's the fear whispering in your head. But if I stop being their comfort, they'll leave. If I stop fixing everything, they'll stop needing me. If I stop proving my worth, what do I have left? And that's exactly why people overgive, overcomfort, overstay. You're afraid of silence. You're afraid of not being useful. You're afraid that if you're not the one holding everything together, you'll be discarded. But let me flip that on you. Isn't that exactly what already happened? Haven't you already given everything and still watched them drift? Haven't you been the one always answering and still ended up ignored? If giving endless comfort worked, you wouldn't be here listening right now. Marcus Aurelius said, "It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live." Apply that here. It's not rejection you should fear. It's living your life as a background character in someone else's story, always present, never impactful, always useful, never unforgettable. That's a life wasted. And that's exactly what happens when you believe comfort equals connection. Think of music. If every note was soft, calm, and predictable, would it move you? No, it would fade into background noise. The songs that stay with you are the ones with highs and lows, tension and release, silence and eruption. People are wired the same way. They don't want endless comfort. They want the ride, the emotions, the curiosity, the spark of not fully knowing, the energy that makes them feel alive. This is why so many nice guys and good girls get overlooked. They provide everything, but they don't make anyone feel anything. They're stable but flat, present but forgettable. Meanwhile, someone else who offers less in quantity but more in emotional impact pulls all the attention. It feels unfair, but it's not. It's just how desire works. Comfort keeps you alive. Impact makes you feel alive. Now here's the part where the lie must be broken. You were told that solving every problem, being endlessly available, and smoothing every rough edge is love. But let me ask you, doesn't love grow deeper when it's tested, when it survives storms, when it moves through fire? Doesn't love become more valuable when it requires effort, when it challenges you, when it stirs something inside you? That's the paradox. Trying to make everything easy often makes the connection weaker, the friction, the contrast, the moments of challenge. That's what create depth. And this doesn't mean you should create chaos or play games. It means stop robbing your connection of the very thing that gives it life, polarity. Stop erasing tension out of fear they'll leave. Stop killing curiosity by showing every card too soon. Stop trying to be their emotional crutch instead of their emotional spark. Because the truth is, they'll forget who always comforted them, but they'll never forget who made them feel something they couldn't explain. Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Translate that into relationships. Value doesn't come from giving endlessly, but from giving meaningfully. The rare moment of depth, the genuine presence, the calm strength during chaos, that's what people remember, not the 20 little times you solved their mess, but the one moment you stood like a rock and shifted their entire perspective. So let me ask you, are you living as their comfort or their impact? Are you the endless safety net they'll never truly crave, or the fire they can't stop thinking about? Are you the predictable background, or the spark of contrast that leaves a mark? My friends, stop being the bandage and start being the medicine. Stop being the blanket that numbs and start being the fire that awakens. Stop believing that being useful makes you unforgettable. It doesn't. What makes you unforgettable is how you affect someone at their core. Because here's the truth, they don't want every problem solved. They don't want a life with no tension. They don't want someone who cushions every fall. They want someone who brings out emotions they didn't even know they had. They want someone who makes them pause, makes them think, makes them feel. They want the weight of your presence, not just the comfort of your utility. And if you've been that comforter, that fixer, that always available presence, I know it's hard to hear, but this is your turning point. You don't have to erase your kindness. You don't have to become cold. You just have to stop equating usefulness with value. You have to stop killing the spark with predictability. You have to stop thinking that comfort alone is enough. So here's what I want you to do right now. Write it in the comments. I create impact. Let the world know. Show yourself. Show them. Show everyone around you that you're done being just a background presence. You're done over-comforting. You're done erasing your own fire to make them feel safe. From today forward, you choose to be remembered, not just appreciated. You choose to create impact, not just comfort. And stay with me, because in the next section, we'll expose another painful truth. Why being the safe choice often makes you the forgotten choice. Once you see that trap clearly, you'll never fall into it again. Number 4, they become the safe choice, not the desired choice. Being safe might earn you gratitude, but it will never earn you desire. Let that sit with you, my friends, because for too long, you've been told the opposite. You've been told that if you're stable, reliable, always available, then surely they'll see your worth. Surely they'll stay. Surely they'll choose you. But here's the brutal truth. When you're the safe choice, you become the fallback, the backup plan, the placeholder they use when the one they truly want isn't around. Safe doesn't spark attraction. Safe doesn't create fire. Safe makes you tolerated, but never unforgettable. Think about it like this. Have you ever noticed that people rarely crave plain water until they're desperately thirsty? They'll reach for soda, coffee, energy drinks, all of which have flavor, edge, and kick. But water? It's safe. It's there. It keeps them alive, but it doesn't excite them. And when they finally drink it, they don't savor it. They just consume it because it's available. That's what happens when you make yourself the safe choice in someone's life. You become plain water in a world addicted to spark. Necessary, maybe. Desired, rarely. And I know what's going through your mind. But isn't safety a good thing? Don't people want someone dependable, someone loyal, someone stable? Yes, they do, but here's the nuance nobody tells you. Safety and attraction don't live in the same house. Respect and desire don't automatically walk hand in hand. People can respect you, appreciate you, even depend on you, and still not crave you. And that gap is where so many men get trapped. They think loyalty alone wins. They think consistency alone creates desire. But loyalty without polarity becomes invisibility. Consistency without mystery becomes monotony. Picture this. You're the person they vent to at 2 a.m. You're the one who listens for hours, who comforts them when their world falls apart, who gives advice, who supports, who waits. You're always there, ready, steady, reliable. And while you think you're proving your worth, in their mind, you're becoming predictable. They know you'll never leave. They know you'll never challenge. They know you'll never say no. And in that certainty, you lose your power, because what's fully guaranteed loses its magnetism. Here's the lie that needs to be shattered. Being the good one, the safe one, the one who never walks away, doesn't make you the chosen one. It makes you the convenient one. And convenience doesn't inspire longing. Convenience doesn't keep them up at night replaying your words. Convenience doesn't pull at their chest when you're gone. It simply means you're there, reliable, replaceable. Background noise in their louder story, and deep down you've felt it. You've been in conversations where they compliment you. You're so sweet. You're always there for me. You're such a good person. But even as they're saying it, they're texting someone else they can't stop thinking about. You're good, you're safe, you're respected, but you're not desired. And if you're honest, those compliments feel hollow because they're not choosing you. They're using you as a safety net. Why is this trap so hard to escape? Because safety feels good for you too. It feels good to be needed. It feels good to be appreciated, to be relied on, to be the one they come to when life collapses. And so you stay in that role, hoping that one day your loyalty will turn into passion. But passion doesn't grow from safety. Passion grows from polarity, from contrast, from tension, from challenge. Marcus Aurelius said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." And this applies here. Being safe isn't the problem. How you anchor yourself in safety is. If your safety means you never create tension, never challenge, never stand tall in your own standards, you become invisible. Because they don't want someone they can control. They want someone who can stand toe-to-toe with them, someone they respect, someone who sparks emotion, not just gratitude. Let's use another metaphor. Think of a roller coaster. It's safe. It's built on tracks, carefully engineered, never truly dangerous. But it doesn't feel safe. It feels thrilling. It feels alive. Why? Because it combines structure with unpredictability. It gives you the illusion of danger inside the container of safety. That's attraction. That's what keeps people lining up. Not because they want stability alone, but because they want stability with impact. Safety with edge. Predictability with contrast. But when you become the safe choice in the wrong way, you're not a roller coaster. You're a park bench, solid, reliable, always there when someone needs to rest, but never the thing they dream about riding. They appreciate you. They may even thank you, but they don't crave you. They don't fight for you. They don't miss you when they're gone. So how do you rise from this? How do you stop being the safe choice and start being the chosen choice? It starts with reclaiming your power. Stop being afraid of their disappointment. Stop bending yourself into safety so tightly that you erase your fire. Stop thinking that saying yes to everything makes you strong. It doesn't. Strength is found in the ability to say no, in the ability to walk away, in the ability to hold your frame when tested. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." And here's what's beyond your control: their validation, their recognition, their decision to choose you. What you control is your energy, your presence, your standards. And when you live from that place, you stop being just safe. You become strong. And strength is what people can't forget. So, my friends, I'm going to ask you again, have you been the safe one? The fallback? The person they vent to but never choose? The one they rely on but never respect deeply? If so, it's time to break the chain. Because the truth is, they don't want the person who bends into safety. They want the person who can be both grounded and challenging, safe in values but unpredictable in spirit, strong in presence but impossible to control. Stop being the safety net. Start being the standard. Stop being the fallback. Start being the focus. Stop being the park bench. Start being the roller coaster. That's the shift that turns you from tolerated into unforgettable. Write this in the comments right now. I refuse to be the safe choice. Let the world see it. Let yourself see it. Let them see it. Because from today, you're no longer waiting to be appreciated in the background. You're stepping into the foreground. You're no longer content being the fallback plan. You're becoming the reason they can't stop thinking, the reason they feel alive, the reason they crave more. And stay with me, because the next truth will hit even harder. We'll talk about why chasing validation not only weakens you in their eyes, but destroys the very respect you're trying to earn. And once you see that clearly, you'll never beg for approval again. Number 5, validation makes them lose respect for you. The moment your worth depends on their approval is the moment you hand them the power to destroy you. Let's sit with that for a second, my friends. Because this one hurts. You crave their validation. You crave the words, "I love you," "You matter," "You're enough." You crave the smile, the nod, the approval that tells you you're doing something right. And when you don't get it, when they go silent, when they withhold, your chest tightens. You panic. You question yourself. You start explaining, chasing, begging without even realizing it. That, right there, is the slow death of your power. Because when your self-worth is built on their recognition, it can be shattered the moment they withhold it. Think about a puppet. The strings aren't visible to the crowd, but every movement depends on the puppeteer. That's what happens when you tie your confidence to validation. Every smile from them lifts you up. Every frown drops you down. Every silence freezes you in place. You become reactive, no longer free, no longer steady. You're dancing to someone else's rhythm. And let's be clear, People might enjoy the performance for a while, but they don't respect the puppet. They respect the one who stands without strings. And here's the truth that hits even harder. They can sense it. They can sense when your words are designed to win approval, when your compliments are bait for theirs, when your actions are less about conviction and more about reaction. And the moment they sense it, the polarity shifts. They don't look up to you anymore. They look down on you. Maybe not consciously, but deep in their emotional wiring. Why? Because neediness is the opposite of leadership, and no one is drawn to someone who follows fear. Now, you might be thinking, but isn't it human to want validation? Isn't it natural to want reassurance? Of course it is. We all want to feel seen. We all want to feel valued. But here's the distinction. Wanting validation is human. Needing validation is weakness. When your sense of identity collapses without it, you've handed over your freedom. You've placed your self-worth in someone else's pocket, and trust me, they'll spend it like loose change. Marcus Aurelius said, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." That is the prison of validation. You ignore your own truth, your own standards, your own voice, just to win a nod from them. And when you do that, you stop being yourself. You become a performer, a shapeshifter, someone who bends to keep the peace, even if it means breaking your own spirit. Let me give you an example. Have you ever been in a situation where they went cold on you? Maybe they didn't text back. Maybe they grew distant. And instead of holding steady, instead of waiting calmly, you panicked. You sent the long messages. You asked, "Are you upset?" You tried to explain yourself, fix the silence, beg for a reaction. And when you finally got a reply, it wasn't even satisfying. It was just relief. That relief told you the truth. You weren't leading that moment. You were following your fear. And they felt it. Here's the lie you need to break. Validation is not love. Validation is not connection. Validation is not respect. Validation is approval, and approval is cheap. You can win approval by performing, by pleasing, by bending. But love, respect, desire, those are only won by standing strong in who you are, even when approval isn't given. Think about it. Who are the people you respect most? Are they the ones who bent every time you disagreed? Are they the ones who constantly sought your reassurance? Or are they the ones who stood firm, even when you pushed? The ones who didn't flinch when you tested them? That's the paradox. You think validation will make them love you. In reality, it makes them lose respect for you. And here's why this is difficult. Because validation feels good. It's a dopamine hit. It's like sugar for your soul. Sweet, addictive, but not nourishing. And once you start relying on it, you crave it more and more. You shape your words to get it. You shape your actions to win it. You even shape your identity around it. And before you know it, you've lost yourself. You're not living from principle. You're living for applause. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." Why? Because freedom begins when you no longer need to be understood, validated, or approved of by others. True strength is built in silence when no one claps. True value is forged when no one is watching. And true respect is earned when you choose conviction over performance. So let me ask you, my friends, how many times have you shrunk yourself to keep their approval? How many times have you apologized for your standards just so they wouldn't leave? How many times have you chased validation instead of standing still in your truth? And what did it get you? Did it make them respect you more? Or did it make you feel smaller, weaker, invisible? The way forward is not to reject validation altogether. The way forward is to stop depending on it, to stop craving it like oxygen, to build a life where their approval is a bonus, not a necessity. Because when you can stand strong in silence, when you can hold your ground even when they withhold their praise, when you can be content to be misunderstood, that's when you become magnetic. That's when they look at you differently. That's when they feel the shift from follower to leader. Think of a mountain. The wind may howl, the storms may rage, but the mountain doesn't move. It doesn't crumble because someone disapproves of its height. It doesn't shrink because someone says it's too tall. It stands, and in that standing, it becomes unshakable. That's who you must become. Not the reed that bends with every breeze, but the mountain that commands respect by simply being. So here's your challenge. The next time you feel that itch for validation, the urge to explain, to overtext, to ask if they're upset, pause, breathe. Ask yourself, am I acting from principle or am I acting from fear? If it's fear, hold still. If it's neediness, stay silent. Because every time you resist that urge, you train yourself, you build strength, you reclaim your freedom, and slowly you shift from being controlled to being in control. My friends, they don't want your validation-seeking energy. They don't want your anxious apologies. They don't want your constant explaining. They want your presence. They want your calm. They want to feel your center, steady, grounded, immovable. That's what creates respect. That's what creates desire. That's what makes them lean in instead of pull away. So write this in the comments right now. I'm enough without validation. Show yourself. Show them. Show the world that you're no longer begging to be seen, no longer chasing to be approved, no longer shrinking to be accepted. From today, you stand, you rise, you own your presence without permission. And once you live from that place, you'll see something incredible. They'll start chasing the validation you stopped needing. And stay with me, because what comes next will strike even deeper. We're going to uncover why mystery, holding something back, not showing your whole hand, creates more attraction than endless consistency ever could. That shift alone will change the way people experience you forever. Number 6. Mystery beats consistency every time. It's not the things you show them every day that keep you in their mind. It's the things they can't figure out about you. Let's be honest, my friends. You've been taught that consistency is the ultimate key. Be dependable, be available, be steady. That's what wins them over, right? Wrong. That's what makes you predictable. And predictable, in the emotional world, is the death of attraction. Consistency without mystery becomes monotony, and monotony makes you invisible. Think about this. Have you ever watched a movie where the trailer gave away the whole plot? You knew every twist, every ending, every scene before you even sat down. When you finally watched it, you weren't moved. You were bored. That's what happens when you make yourself too available, too predictable, too explained. They've already seen the trailer of your life, and now there's no curiosity left. And without curiosity, desire fades. Now, here's the fear that keeps you stuck. But if I don't stay consistent, won't they think I don't care? Won't they leave if I don't prove myself every day? Isn't consistency proof of loyalty? That's the lie, my friends. Yes, values should be consistent. Integrity should be consistent. Your standards, your mission, your presence, that should never waver. But your emotional exposure, your availability, your presence on demand, that should never be total. Because the moment you give them everything, every time, you erase the tension that makes you unforgettable. Let's use a metaphor. Imagine eating your favorite food every single day. At first, it excites you. You crave it. But after a while, what happens? You stop tasting it. The flavor loses its edge. It's not that the food got worse. It's that your mind got used to it. That's what happens when you're always there, always answering, always predictable. They stop tasting your presence. They stop feeling your energy, not because you're less valuable, but because you've given them too much access. This is why mystery is more powerful than consistency. Mystery creates contrast. It creates space. It makes them wonder, what are they doing? What are they thinking? Why can't I fully read them? That wondering is attraction. That curiosity is what makes them lean in, what makes them replay your words, what makes them crave your presence. But here's the hard truth. Mystery is terrifying for most people to practice, because it means pulling back when you want to rush in. It means staying silent when you want to explain. It means not answering every call, not responding instantly, not pouring out your every thought. And that silence, that space, triggers your fear. You think, if I don't respond now, they'll find someone else. If I don't show up now, I'll lose them. If I don't give them everything, they'll stop wanting me. But ask yourself, haven't you already lost people by giving them everything? Haven't they already drifted after you over-delivered? Doesn't that prove that consistency without mystery doesn't guarantee closeness? Marcus Aurelius once said, "The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have." Think about that in this context. You value their approval, their response, their reaction so much that you give everything consistently, but in doing so, you lose control of yourself. You hand over your freedom. You erase the mystery that makes them feel alive. You give them everything, and they stop valuing anything. Now, mystery doesn't mean playing games. It doesn't mean lying or pretending. It means holding some of yourself back. It means living a life outside of them. It means being busy with your mission, your growth, your world, so that when you do show up, your presence carries weight. It means not flooding every silence with desperate words. It means letting them sit in the space of not fully having you, because that space is where attraction lives. Think of the night sky. Why are we so drawn to it? Why do we keep staring at the stars? Because it's infinite, because we can't fully grasp it, because it leaves us in awe. Now think of a streetlight. It's bright, it's consistent, it's predictable. You see it every night. Do you stare at it? Do you dream about it? Do you talk about it? No, you ignore it. That's the difference. Be the night sky, not the streetlight. But let's be real, mystery requires courage. It requires the strength to be misunderstood, the calm to let them wonder, the discipline to not explain yourself. And most people can't handle that. They break under silence. They chase when space is created. They beg to be seen when they feel unseen. And in doing so, they erase their own edge. They become forgettable. Epictetus said, "If you want to be unstoppable, stop concerning yourself with things you can't control." And mystery is built on that principle. You don't control how they feel about the silence. You don't control how they react to the distance. You only control your presence, your energy, your choice to remain grounded. And in that groundedness, you become magnetic, because they can't move you like everyone else. They can't predict you. They can't fully own you. And that lack of ownership, that's what keeps them hooked. So let me ask you, my friends, have you been the streetlight? Always on, always there, always predictable? Have you been handing over every part of yourself so they never have to wonder? And has it worked? Or have you noticed that the more you give, the less they value? The more consistent you are, the less curious they become. That's your wake-up call. Here's your shift. Stop proving, start holding, stop explaining, start observing, stop giving all of yourself instantly, start revealing yourself slowly, deliberately, like a story that keeps unfolding. Because attraction isn't born in the comfort of knowing everything. It's born in the tension of not knowing fully. It's born in the curiosity of mystery. So write this in the comments right now. I choose mystery. Let it be your reminder, your declaration, your stand. Show yourself. Show them, show the world around you that you are no longer the streetlight they pass without noticing. You are the night sky they can't stop staring at, the story they can't stop replaying, the presence they can't fully explain. And stay with me, because what comes next is just as powerful. We're going to talk about why worshipping them, putting them on a pedestal, and treating them like perfection doesn't make them love you. It makes them lose respect for you. And once you see that clearly, you'll stop being a fan and start being a force. Number 7. They want challenge, not worship. Respect is not given to the one who bows. It's given to the one who stands tall, even when tested. Let's face it, my friends, many of you were taught that if you worship them, if you put them on a pedestal, if you make them feel like royalty, they'll stay. You've been told that endless praise, constant agreement, and blind devotion will win hearts. But here's the raw truth. Worship doesn't build attraction. It destroys it. Because the moment you place someone above you, you place yourself beneath them. And no one desires what they feel they can dominate. Think about it. Have you ever had someone admire you to the point where they agreed with everything you said? At first, it strokes the ego. It feels flattering. But then something shifts. You realize they have no spine. They have no edge. They're just an echo, repeating back what you already know. And what happens? You stop respecting them. You stop feeling pulled to them. That's exactly what happens when you worship instead of challenge. You erase polarity. You erase tension. You erase the spark. Here's the metaphor. Imagine a boxing match. 2 fighters enter the ring. If one fighter drops their gloves, bows and says, "Hit me, I won't resist," is that a fight? No, it's a beating. The crowd loses interest. There's no thrill, no fire, no respect. Now, imagine 2 fighters locked in tension, testing each other, pushing boundaries, forcing growth. That's where the crowd leans forward. That's where respect is born. Relationships work the same way. They don't want a worshipper. They want someone who meets them, matches them, challenges them, pushes them to rise. But here's the lie you've been living under. If I disagree, they'll leave. If I say no, they'll get upset. If I hold my ground, I'll lose them. And so you bend, you nod, you smile when you don't mean it. You suppress your truth for the illusion of peace. And slowly you disappear. Because what you've built isn't a connection, it's a performance. A performance where they're the star and you're just the fan in the front row, clapping endlessly, waiting for scraps of attention. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." He didn't say, "Be what makes them happy." He said, "Be one," which means living by your values, holding your frame, standing tall, even when it's uncomfortable. That's what creates respect. Because people may enjoy being worshipped, but they only respect those who won't bow. Now, let me be clear. Challenge doesn't mean fighting for the sake of fighting. It doesn't mean nagging, insulting, or creating chaos. Real challenge is strength. It's calm. It's the ability to say, "I hear you, but I don't agree." It's the confidence to stand firm when they test you instead of collapsing. It's the presence to let them have their storm while you remain unmoved. That's challenge, not aggression, not control, but immovable strength. Think of a mountain again. The wind hits, the rain falls, the snow piles high, but the mountain stands. It doesn't worship the storm. It doesn't bend to it. It doesn't shrink. It holds. And because it holds, it commands respect. That's the kind of energy you must bring. Not fan energy, not follower energy, not desperate worship, but mountain energy. Solid, unshakable, immovable. And here's the paradox. They don't actually want worship. They might think they do. They might enjoy it for a moment. But deep down, they crave challenge. They crave polarity. They crave someone who calls them higher, someone who sees their flaws and still holds them accountable, someone who doesn't get lost in their beauty, their charm, their games. Because when you challenge, you awaken something inside them. You awaken respect, and respect is the soil where desire grows. But I know it's hard, because you fear losing them. You fear rejection. You fear standing tall only to watch them walk away. But let me ask you, haven't they walked away anyway? Haven't they drifted even when you gave everything? Doesn't that prove that worship doesn't hold anyone? Because worship doesn't anchor a bond, challenge does, strength does, presence does. So the shift is simple. Stop trying to be adored. Start living to be respected. Stop trying to be their fan. Start being their equal. Stop clapping for them on stage. Start sharing the stage with them. Because when you rise into your own presence, they rise too. And if they can't handle it, if they leave because you won't bow, then let them leave. Because the person you're becoming doesn't chase, doesn't beg, doesn't shrink. They stand. Epictetus said, "Seek not the good in external things, seek it in yourselves." That's the truth. Stop seeking worth in their approval. Stop seeking strength in their validation. Stop seeking security in their worship of your worship. Seek it within, because when you own yourself fully, you no longer need to worship anyone else to feel whole. So, my friends, I'll ask you one final time. Have you been the worshipper? Have you been the one bowing, praising, performing, hoping that endless devotion would finally win their heart? And has it worked? Or has it left you drained, invisible, forgotten? This is your wake-up call. Stop being the fan. Stop being the fallback. Stop being the worshipper. Start being the force. Write this in the comments right now. I am a force, not a fan. Say it. Declare it. Let the world see it. Let yourself see it. Show them you're no longer begging for respect. You're commanding it by the way you live, the way you stand, the way you refuse to bow. Because at the end of the day, they don't want your worship. They want your strength. They don't want a fan. They want a partner who challenges them, awakens them, calls them higher. And when you live that truth, you stop being tolerated and start being unforgettable. So here's your final call to action. If this message struck you, if it opened your eyes, if it broke lies you've carried for too long, then carry it forward. Live it, stand in it, and never again hand over your power for the illusion of love. Become the mountain, not the reed, the force, not the fan, the equal, not the worshipper. Because the moment you rise into that energy, you'll see the truth. They don't want what you think. They want what only the strongest version of you can give. Stay calm, stay grounded, stay powerful, and never forget, you are a force, not a fan.